This is our English news of the hour. I am Tabitha John, your host, and I'll be bringing you the latest briefs of the hour right after the following headlines. Do stay with us. In our first top story of the hour, celebrants appreciate the touristic potentials of the annual Irrecha festivity. And Hamas launches operation against Israel as UN cries foul. In our first story, Speaker of the Ethiopian 547-seat parliament held discussions with U.S. Senator for South Dakota Mike Rounds at his office. During the discussion, Chafo and Rounds exchanged views on issues pertaining to the relations between Ethiopia and the United States of America and the current state of affairs in the East African nation. Both dignitaries have also agreed to work in cooperation on issues that will further strengthen the long-standing relations of the two countries. The Ministry of Finance and the United Nations Industrial Development Organization UNIDO signed a project in Addis Ababa that is worth 3.5 million euro, financed by the government of Italy, the ministry confirmed this afternoon. The project, namely Support to Youth and Women through the Development Products, Services and Public-Private Partnerships, is aimed to support the job creation efforts of the government through improving the institutional capacities to encourage talented youth and women in the areas of entrepreneurship. The project will be implemented in 2 years and will be implemented with the Ministry of Labor and Skills, MOLS. Ethiopian ambassador to Turkey, Adem Mohammed, presented his credentials to the president of Kazakhstan, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev, officially establishing himself as the non-resident ambassador of Ethiopia to Kazakhstan. This assignment marks a significant milestone in fostering stronger diplomatic relations between our two nations, Ambassador Adem said after meeting the Kazakh leader. Mohammed expressed his appreciation to the government and people of Kazakhstan for the warm welcome and gracious hospitality extended to him and his delegation. And now, moving on to the ongoing Irrecha festivals being celebrated here in Addis Ababa and Bishoftu. Over a pond not far from Mescal Square, Oromo participants danced with joy for the festival of Irrecha. Milling about along the banks in the white traditional outfits, Oromo youth, elders and diaspora sprinkled water from the pond and placed cut flowers and grass into the water. Now, how have some of the participants in this festive mood in Addis Ababa viewed the annual Thanksgiving Day? That's what the following piece by our staff reporter, Haptamu Shagre, will find out. Take a look.
It is the responsibility of all people, it is the responsibility of the politicians, it is the responsibility of the people to show that this is part of an identity of not only Oromo but worldwide. So tourists will be attracted if you are if you have to advertise, if you have to popularize, if you have the value, not only the celebration, the dressing, the enjoyment we make, but also the value, the solidarity, the strength, thanksgiving, cultural value.
If we really work hard, if we all are united, and if we are trying to introduce this holiday, so there is a high possibility of being registered in UNESCO. So we need to work hard, and we need to work hand in hand. All right, all people should work collaboratively to make this holiday be registered.
Yes, this is a revival and rejuvenation of the culture of Oromo people that has been for the last over 150 years that were prohibited. Now it is a revival. It is the beginning, but actually this is not the end. It shows also the history of all people who are sacrificed for the rights and privileges of Oromo people.
It's a Thanksgiving holiday, which is celebrated every year in the month of October. So this holiday should be introduced for many people. It shouldn't be celebrated only in Ethiopia. It should be celebrated outside of Ethiopia. It should be celebrated in Africa and worldwide. It should be. So we need to work hard in order to make the holiday be celebrated by majority of the Ethiopian people.
This is Recha, the Thanksgiving holiday of the Oromo people, to the Almighty God, or literally call it Waka, or simply God, who is merciful over the past 3 months and longest rainy season all over Ethiopia. Ladies and gentlemen, the government of Ethiopia is undertaking a lot of activities to register this holiday as World Intangible Heritage under United Nations Education and Science Cultural Organization.
Ethiopia's month of Meskerem brims with new light of hope, with the yellow daisies filling the pastures. One aspect of this season of festivity is the link between human beings and God, known to Ethiopia's Oromo as Waka. Irecha is an annual Thanksgiving ceremony symbolizing this very link, as Temesgen Ojura, an anthropologist who sat down with our staff reporter Binyam Getane, asserts. Take a listen to the story.
Irecha, which is going to be celebrated in a very remarkable way, and then for this to happen, lots of works, lots of preparation have been taking place. But before we delve into the points that we're going to raise, I believe that people got to understand what Irecha is all about. So from your scholarly point of view, what is Irecha? And I just want you to give me a bottom line on that.
Irecha is from a superficial point of view, Thanksgiving ritual practice that an Oromo together with other people undertake twice a year. The first place is Irecha Malka, which we are going to celebrate a day after, and also Irecha Tullu, which is the hillside Irecha that's celebrated after the dry season, maybe.
Speaking of the sociological and cultural aspect, how do we perceive Irecha ceremony?
It's a place where the social interaction takes place. It is a social capital that society interconnect with each other. Okay, they connect with each other. The interaction will increase, sense of belongingness will be increased as this Irecha ceremony, and therefore it's a place of social relation creation and also strengthening in the context of sociological perspectives.
moving on to the international stories selected for the hour, the Palestinian group Hamas has launched the biggest attack on Israel in years, killing more than 20 people in a surprise assault that included gunmen entering Israeli towns after a barrage of rockets fired from Gaza Strip. Israel said the Iran-backed group had declared war as its army confirmed it was being the fighting on Saturday near Gaza, and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has promised to retaliate. Tor Wennesland, the UN coordinator for Middle East peace process, has told Al Jazeera that the scale of the confrontation between Israel and Gaza this time is much bigger and signals difficult days ahead. Quote, "I am horrified and disgusted by the attacks this morning. There are a number of people killed and kidnapped after thousands of rockets were launched into Israel. I'm also very concerned about the situation in Gaza," he said. Well, dear viewers, that's all we had for this hour's news briefing. Many thanks for watching. We'll catch you soon.